Hi there, I'm Tricia Pine. Welcome to rejoiceinyourvoice.com, home of the complete vocal system. Last week, I shared a teaching around what the soft palate should be doing or how you can exercise that soft palate to be lifted while you're singing. Regardless of genre, from blues to country to opera to musical theater, the soft palate can really help you. Well, a couple of questions came up from some of the viewers that watched the video, and they were like, but wait, I know I'm supposed to keep the tongue relaxed, but how do I do that? Can you please share some tools for that? So this week's teaching will be around what you can do to help the tongue stay out of the way when you start to exercise that lift in the soft palate. When I think about the concept of singing, dance often comes into my mind because as a dancer, it's very important for the dancer to be able to isolate certain muscles, to be able to do certain functions separately and not all at the same time. And with us, we have this inner dance also going on when we're singing. So it's great that this question came up around releasing the tongue from being associated with the lift and the soft palate. You can understand why the tongue would naturally want to retreat when we lift into the soft palate. When we do take a yawn, oftentimes when I watch my clients take a yawn, the tongue will go backward. So as a singer, to have that lift, we need to, how do we get that forward? Well, just bringing the awareness into the action, lifting the soft palate and not letting the tongue go back will shift that as well. But let's try a couple of things. This is a great exercise for allowing the tongue to work separately. Bring in the yawn space, bring in that yawn breath, and then keep that vowel really feeling like it's in the lift of that soft palate, and then allow your tongue to go in and out of your mouth, trying to keep the integrity of the vowel in place. And I find that ah works the best with this because you can have the most flexibility there. So I'll give you an example. Taking in the yawn breath. Okay? It looks really weird. And you will hear a little bit of a variance in there, okay? But it's not this. Where as soon as the tongue moves, I brought the vowel forward with it. You see the difference? So if you can release the tongue to not be a part of how you're making that vowel and really teaching it, this is where the dancing kind of comes in, because as a dancer you do these repetitions over and over again, and I'd like you to do the same thing with the tongue in creating this beautiful resonant space. So we're teaching the tongue that it's not connected to the soft palate, that it can work independently with this particular exercise. Okay, so try that out and see how that works. I'm trying to think if there's anything else in there. Okay, so just try that. The other thing I'd like you to do is, you know where the tongue connects down here? What if you try putting the tip of your tongue there while you're creating the vowel? Okay, this is not something that I want you to do while you're singing all the time. This is not a long-term fix, but it will train the tongue to lift in the back and get out of the way a little bit while you're finding that soft palate space. So while you can't see inside my mouth, I'm going to stick the tongue right here at the bottom, the tip of the tongue. I'm going to now go to a flat tongue and see if I can flatten it out so you can hear the difference. You can hear a little bit more of an open space when the tongue is not flat or depressed, and when you have that little bit of a lift. So that can help as well. I also suggest that you take some time to really stretch the tongue out. If you find that you've got a tight tongue and it is overworking, take some time to do some tongue stretches. I did a whole video on that, and you can find that, and that will help you get that tongue out, stretch it, and make sound while you're doing it. I don't think it's enough just to stretch the tongue. I really want you to add the sound to it so that you get in your muscle memory how to create the lift and the resonance within your sound without the tongue having to feel like it has to control everything that's going on. The tongue is not the bad guy. That's not the case at all, but it does have a bigger job. I believe we've given it a bigger job than it needs. I think it can relax, it can make consonants with less motion, and it can be less involved in how we are working the vowel resonance within this beautiful space, okay? Have fun with those exercises. I think that'll give you a shift in how to work this lift of the soft palate and to train the tongue to just relax a little bit. All right, I'm Tricia Pine, and remember, always rejoice in your voice. Bye-bye.